Failure is important. I've learned and grown way more from my failures in life than I have from my successes. That is a 100% fact. Something about being able to not win. It's not even just the point of failing, but not winning, not succeeding, not having an outcome that you intended makes you drive harder, makes you learn faster, makes you persevere, and also realize that it's not that big of a deal. There was a point in my life where I was always like, the odds really aren't in my favor. I don't think the outcome's gonna be predetermined, so I'm just not gonna do it. And that works. You go through life and you're batting 100. It's great. And then batting 1,000, and then you're like not growing. There was a couple year period when I was becoming an adult where it was easy. I was living on easy street. I only did things that I felt comfortable. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, I'm not where I'm wanting to be, and I'm not getting there. So I just started putting myself in awkward positions, uncomfortable challenges, things I've never done before. If somebody needed help with something, I'd offer it. If I had to do something, I would literally just start doing it. That's all it took. Is like actually working towards where I wanted to be. And it's scary and it's awkward and you're clumsy. Like I remember the first time I had to give a presentation in front of people. And I'm not talking like your classmates or something. That stuff's scary too. But there's like the act of failing in that capacity is kind of like limited. Like it stays within that world. But I'm talking at a job. Somebody I've really never met before, their entire interpretation of who I am is going to be summarized up into this couple minute conversation or maybe like 30 to an hour at most. And I did horrible the first couple times. I still am not great at it. Even now, like I'm not great at the whole public speaking thing. But I tell you what, just doing it and accepting that you're going to suck, you get so much better. I mean, it really is just, I'm laughing because I really was like horrible. I remember getting done with like the customer call and my boss was on it just like sitting and listening. And he was just like, we'll work on it. And that's what it comes down to is that it's never that deep. It's really never that big of a deal. And if it is, put limitations and guardrails in place so that you can't get that far off track. But if it's not that big of a deal, then it's not that big of a deal. That's kind of like where it stops or starts and stops. Dude, it was so bad. It was so bad. But that's okay. I've been embarrassed countless times. I've messed up countless times. I've fumbled over my words. I've slurred words. Tripped, doing some sort of, you walk somewhere and you're tripping. It's just, oh man. It's good though. It's kind of like that character building. And I don't think it's, like you should get better at some point. Like you shouldn't just be a screw up your entire life. But the only way to get better is by doing things. Difficult, challenging things. It's like building muscle. Going to the gym. You don't go to the gym and lift a little bit until you're slightly discomforted, and then you're like, all right, I'm gonna be done for the day. You gotta push through that. You gotta do hard sets. You gotta lift heavy weight, high repetitions, whatever it is. Or running. You don't get better at running by just being zone one for like half a mile. That might be how you start, and then you slowly build up to it. And I don't know why it seems like as a country or a community, culture, however you want to phrase it, that everybody's agreed this is how you get better at things like weight loss or dieting or working out. But then as an individual, growing your own skill set, everybody seems to want to go either 0 to 100 or they just stay at 0 the entire time. And they're just like, that's something I never need. Maybe I want it, but am not going to do it because it's super awkward and I just am not going to be good at it. Like, that's the perfect thing to do. You'll see so many gains from just starting. When I first started doing jiu-jitsu, I was ass. Well, I thought I was going to be good. This is like one of the few things you start thinking you're going to be okay. And I was like ass. And then you're just getting choked out by other grown men. And then all of a sudden, you're like actually getting better. You're like, okay, I got humbled. I think it's always an ego thing too. Some people are a little bit better at putting their ego aside and saying, I don't know this, or I'm not good at this. And others, it takes a little bit longer. But the sooner you can get your ego out of the way, the quicker you'll get better. And it ultimately comes back to being okay with failure, being okay with being bad, and being okay with being embarrassed. That's kind of what it is. But, I mean, I'm still working on it. We're all going to be working on it for a long time. But you got to start. And that's kind of what this video is, too. This is like the first YouTube video. So, I've been wanting to do this for a while. And I was doing the exact same thing. I don't think I'm going to be good. I don't really know how to do it. Whatever. And then it's just a matter of starting. So, I don't want to just be a preacher. I want to practice what I preach. And this is my act of starting. So let me know what you guys think. If you agree, disagree, or maybe nobody's watching. But it really doesn't matter. This is one of those things that I'm kind of just doing for myself, as foo-foo as it sounds. But all right, peace out.